Welcome to Starry Night Stories.
Little Red Riding Hood. Once upon a time, in a quiet little village, there lived a sweet girl named Little Red Riding Hood. She earned this name because of the beautiful red cloak her grandmother had made for her. This cloak made her stand out in the village, and everyone adored her cheerful personality. One day, Little Red Riding Hood's mother told her that her grandmother was ill and needed some food and medicine. So, she packed a basket with fresh bread, cheese, and her grandmother's favorite little cakes. Before Little Red Riding Hood set off, her mother warned her, "Stay on the path and don't talk to strangers." Little Red Riding Hood nodded eagerly and set off down the winding path. As she walked, she hummed a little tune, imagining how happy her grandmother would be to see her. The path was lined with colorful flowers, and butterflies flitted among the blossoms, while sunlight filtered through the leaves, creating a beautiful scene. As Little Red Riding Hood ventured deeper into the forest, she encountered a sly wolf. The wolf, seeing Little Red Riding Hood, thought to himself, "This girl looks delicious." He approached her with a friendly smile and asked, "Where are you going, little girl?" Without hesitation, Little Red Riding Hood replied, "I'm going to my grandmother's house to bring her some food." The wolf, feeling clever, decided to reach Grandma's house first and set a trap. The wolf hurried to Grandma's house, knocked on the door, and when Grandma asked, "Who is it?" the wolf pretended to be Little Red Riding Hood, saying in a high-pitched voice, "It's me, Little Red Riding Hood. I've come to bring you food." Grandma, feeling a bit suspicious, still opened the door. As soon as the wolf entered, he gobbled up Grandma in one swift motion, then donned her clothes and got into bed, waiting for Little Red Riding Hood to arrive. Soon enough, Little Red Riding Hood reached her grandmother's house. She knocked on the door and asked, "Grandma, may I come in?" "Come in, dear," the wolf replied in Grandma's voice. Little Red Riding Hood pushed open the door and walked in, but something felt off. As she approached the bed, she saw a figure lying under the covers and felt a chill run down her spine. "Grandma, what big eyes you have!" Little Red Riding Hood exclaimed, her voice trembling. "All the better to see you with, my dear," the wolf replied, grinning. "Grandma, what big ears you have," she continued, feeling more frightened. "All the better to hear you with, my dear," the wolf said, his smile widening. "Grandma, what big teeth you have." Little Red Riding Hood gasped. "All the better to eat you with," roared the wolf, leaping out of bed. Little Red Riding Hood realized she was in grave danger and turned to flee. But the wolf chased after her, ready to pounce. Just then, a brave hunter from the village heard the commotion and rushed to the scene. He saw the wolf chasing Little Red Riding Hood and quickly drew his gun, taking aim. With a single shot, the hunter struck the wolf, who howled in pain and collapsed. Little Red Riding Hood and the hunter opened the wolf's belly and freed Grandma, who, though weak, was relieved to see her granddaughter safe. They embraced tightly, grateful for the hunter's timely intervention. Little Red Riding Hood vowed never to stray from the path again or talk to strangers. She understood her mother's warning and learned the importance of being cautious in life. From that day forward, Little Red Riding Hood and her grandmother lived happily, while the tale of the wolf served as a warning to all villagers, reminding them to be wary of strangers and to protect themselves.
Background of the story: Little Red Riding Hood is a widely known fairy tale that has its roots in European folklore. The most famous version was collected and adapted by the Brothers Grimm in the early 19th century. Their version emphasizes moral lessons and warns children to be cautious of strangers. Additionally, there is an earlier French version titled Le Petit Chaperon Rouge, written by Charles Perrault in the late 17th century. Perrault's version focuses more on moral implications, highlighting the vulnerability and helplessness of women when facing danger. Over time, Little Red Riding Hood has been adapted in numerous ways, becoming a source of inspiration for various cultural and artistic works, including films, animations, and plays. This story is not just a simple fairy tale. It conveys important lessons about bravery, wisdom, and vigilance. I hope this story and background information meet your needs. If you need any further modifications or additions, feel free to let me know. That's the entire story. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like this story, please remember to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel to support us in creating more wonderful content. Good night and sweet dreams.